What's up, guys? It's Zero here. Today we're talking about Gears of War E-Day, the Gears of War collection, and what we can expect in 2025. Let's get into it. So guys, we have been talking about the Gears of War collection, Gears of War E-Day, and the excitement, the anticipation, the hype that is building over the course of time for these games, one of which we know is coming, that being Gears of War E-Day. The other is one that we are hoping for in the form of the Gears of War collection, which would be the trilogy, essentially, Gears 1, 2, and 3, essentially remastered in terms of almost like a Marcus Phoenix collection. This has been something that so many people in the community have been asking for so long. And I want to talk in this video about specifically what we can expect from Gears of War from the Coalition and Xbox here in 2025. So let's start with Gears of War E-Day. We know that Gears of War E-Day is going to be coming, guys, and I could not be more excited. I mean, this is my most anticipated game of the future. I am incredibly excited for this title, and I know so many fans within the Gears of War ecosystem are incredibly excited as well. This is a game that we have been waiting for years. Since Gears 5, we've been asking for a Gears, continuation, whether it was, Gears 6 or something like E-Day, going back to the Pendulum Wars or going back to Emergence Day, something of that nature. This is going to be covering Emergence Day, and I'm so incredibly excited, guys, because Gears of War is officially back. Now, that being said, when can we expect this title to release to the world? Well, look, there's a lot of rumor and speculation that Gears of War E-Day is going to be making its grand entrance into the world in 2025. Now, to me, guys, it does not make a lot of sense for them to release Gears of War E-Day this year, and I'll tell you why. There's a few games that are going to be releasing to the world in the fall of this year that make it not too much of a compelling idea to release Gears of War E-Day in this crowded schedule of big releases that are coming out this fall. Unless the Coalition and Xbox decided to release Gears of War E-Day, I would say the summer of 2025, but at the same time, I just feel like it wouldn't be giving us a lot of time to kind of get revved up for this upcoming title if it released this summer. They would need to have a significant marketing push in order for it to make a lot of sense for them to release Gears of War E-Day here in 2025. More than likely, what I believe is going to happen is Gears of War E-Day is going to release fall of 2026 because typically Gears of War titles historically have released in the fall. And this fall, that being 2025, we have Borderlands 4 coming out, more than likely a new Call of Duty, which Call of Duty pretty much comes out with a new COD every single year. And then the big elephant in the room is GTA 6, which everybody is waiting the official release date for Grand Theft Auto 6. You want to stay and be no parts of that release schedule of Borderlands 4, GTA 6, Call of Duty. It does not make any sense for Gears of War E-Day to release, this fall. Now, next year, October of 2026, like a Halloween release for Gears of War E-Day, I believe that they could build so much hype and anticipation starting this summer at the Xbox Game Showcase, which we're believing to be in June or July of this summer. And you could really ramp up a lot of excitement and hype for Gears of War E-Day next year in 2026. I would say, like I had mentioned, an October release it around Halloween, makes complete sense to me in terms of like a horror shooter-esque type of style game that's going to be releasing around Halloween. I believe that Gears of War E-Day could absolutely take over, October of next year, which would be absolutely incredible. Now, that being said, you would still have to worry about certain games coming out next fall, which would potentially be like, the next Call of Duty that would come out, or maybe there'd be some other games that obviously are not going to be releasing this year because of GTA 6 that may be pushing their games back to the fall of 2026. So you obviously are going to have competition no matter what, but I think that Gears of War would be very smart to take their time, that being the coalition, to make sure that everything is refined, everything is perfect at launch, and then release this game to the world, in the fall of 2026. And so that's what I believe is going to happen. They release Gears of War E-Day in 2026, and that leads me to the Gears of War collection. If the Gears of War collection exists, which I believe it does, guys, I really do. I think that this would be a great opportunity for Xbox and the coalition to build a lot of excitement, number one, for Gears of War E-Day, but one of the ways that it could really quench our thirst while we're waiting for Gears of War E-Day to release to the world would be the Gears of War collection releasing this year in 2025. And what I'm hoping for is they announce the Gears of War collection at the Summer Game Showcase, and then shortly after the showcase happens, Gears of War's collection releases this summer. So it quenches all of Gears of War's fan base for Gears of War E-Day in 2026. I believe what they should do, and I believe they will, give us a release date for Gears of War E-Day at the Summer Games Showcase, and they will also release the Gears of War collection right away during the Gears of War showcase, or shortly after they will release the Gears of War collection. And I think, like I said, it's going to build a lot of hype and anticipation for the future of Gears of War. And it makes complete sense because all we've been playing is Gears 5 at this point. And I'm not saying that Gears 5 is a bad game, guys, by no stretch of the imagination. I'm really thankful that we got Gears 5 as a title within this universe, but it's time for us to get a new Gears of War title, whether it's the collection, whether, obviously waiting for E-Day to come out, which is what everybody is really excited about within the Gears of War space. But the Gears of War collection makes complete sense to me in terms of introducing new players who have never touched Gears of War. You release it in the summer of this year, get everybody to try it, and it sounds like there's a good possibility that Gears of War's collection will release not only on Xbox, but also on PlayStation, which would be absolutely massive for the Gears of War community. Now, it does sound like, at least at this point, what we're hearing is that they will not have multiplayer in the collection, and there's a possibility that they won't have co-op either in the collection, which I think would be a huge missed opportunity for the collection. And here's why. I think if Gears of War E-Day is going to have multiplayer and co-op, they should absolutely have Horde mode or Beast mode within the Gears of War collection, and then make the multiplayer like a combination of all the best maps from the Gears of War collection and all of the best characters and things of that nature. So when you pull up your main menu on the Gears of War collection, you have Gears of War 1, 2, and 3 that you can play the campaigns. Then you have Horde mode or Beast mode. And then on the far right side of the screen would be Gears of War Collections multiplayer. And that would just be a combination of all the best maps, the best weapons, best characters that you can play as from those first three titles. It makes complete sense to me for them not to have multiplayer for Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, and Gears of War 3 because it would split up the community. I think that you keep it very linear and a really simple process where new players who come in, they're able to play the best maps in multiplayer, the best co-op modes like Horde mode and Beast mode, and of course play the campaigns, which those three titles are the best out of the entire Gears of War franchise. So I think that having the collection is going to be huge, but if they only have campaign for it, it's going to limit what people, especially new players that are coming into the Gears of War fan base, they are going to get introduced to just the campaign and not the co-op modes, not the multiplayer modes, which is what Gears of War was built on from the very beginning. A full package deal where you get campaign, you get co-op modes, and you get multiplayer modes. If you take those couple of core, elements out of Gears of War's collection, I just think it's going to really hurt in the long run with, of course, the inevitable Gears of War E-Day, unless they decide to take multiplayer and co-op modes out of E-Day, or if they just have co-op modes and the campaign, which I, once again, think would really hurt the community in a major way because Gears of War was built on multiplayer. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens, but I believe that Gears of War's collection will release this year, guys, this summer of 2025 to really quench our thirst for Gears of War E-Day, which I believe will release in October of 2026. And I am so excited about the future of Gears of War. I think that the collection should stay far away from the fall release of, like, you know, GTA 6, Call of Duty, Borderlands, all those games that are coming out in the fall and release in the summer. Gives everybody an opportunity in the summer to at least try the game out, release it day one on Xbox Game Pass. If people want to play it on PlayStation, they have an opportunity to do that as well. I think it could be absolutely huge. And then Gears of War E-Day, I hope that it is also not just on Xbox, it's on PlayStation as well, because I think it could really start a wave of games that are no longer just console exclusives, and it really helps the franchises build the fan base, you know, between Xbox as well as PlayStation and PC. I think it could really help Gears of War as a franchise moving forward. But it'll be really interesting to see what they decide to do here in the future. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys about the things to expect out of Gears of War here in 2025 and beyond. Let me know what you guys think. And for more Gears of War E-Day and Gears of War collection content and videos, keep it right here.